innocent. Know that we've been loyal way back from the beginning. A trusted source for the news. 79th Halas, what it is, what it do. Since Bobby Ingram, Curtis Ennis. Know that we've been loyal even when we wasn't winning. A trusted source for the news. 79th Halas in your ears, you. Since Bobby Ingram, Curtis Ennis. Know that we've been loyal.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of 79th Halas. This is episode 249, the second edition of our midweek show that me and Joe be ridiculously tired doing, but we're here. We're here to give y'all a little bit of some updates on what's been going on, getting ready for this Sunday's game against the Houston Texans. It's your boy Scott. You know to follow me on all social media platforms at Barberchair Scott. You can follow Flows at Flows and Dolini on all social media platforms. And, of course, you can follow the Barbers Chair Network at Barbers Chair Net. Follow the pod 79th Halas at 79th Halas on all social media platforms as well. You can subscribe to the Patreon, man. Patreon.com/Barbers Chair Network. If you're watching on your phone, the link is in the description box. If you're watching this on like a big TV on your YouTube app or whatever you at, your iPad, you can take your phone and you can scan this up right here to this QR code right here. We got 4 different tiers. We got the Summer Sessions tier, which is strictly Summer Sessions content. We've got the 79th Halas tier, where you get episodes for early, and of course we've got I'm Not Gonna Hold You tier and the Barbers Chair Network tier, which is $10. You can get all access on that, and you get 25% off your first order at the Barbers Chair Net shop. As you can see right here, bcnetshop.com, man. Get all your 79th Halas merch, Barbers Chair merch, I'm Not Gonna Hold You merch, whole bunch of stuff, and we got some good 10th season anniversary merchandise coming for y'all as well, man. It is Wednesday, September 11th. Yeah, man. Yeah. Why do you look like that when I said that?
The 9/11 jokes, man. It kind of is what it is.
Yeah, it kind of is. With 23 years since 9/11. Yeah, I'm not gonna do a big spiel on it. I mean, it's been 23 years. I mean, but
crazy moment in history.
Crazy moment in history. RIP to anybody who lost any family members, friends during that time. It's a moment that I still actually can't believe happened, even though I was watching the news as it happened.
I agree.
But anyway, we are officially in week 2. I was up at Halas today. I will be up there again tomorrow. I'm gonna get my credentials. I will be back up there again tomorrow for the Houston game. But we spoke to Matt Eberflus, spoke to Caleb Williams, spoke to DJ Moore, and spoke to NFC Defensive Player of the Week, Tyreek Stevenson. It's a shame I'm actually that's crazy for why you laugh, G. But and also spoke to
Kendrick Lamar posted something.
He did. On what? You gotta mute that, brother. I don't know what
he posted. Black Air Force Ones.
You gotta mute that, dog. You can't. If I don't know if it's hot copyrighted, this is going on something. So I don't know what the nigga posted. So new Kendrick Lamar on Instagram. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to do a show at the same time, but Kendrick don't want to do anything. He just dropped a 5-minute song. Is this a diss song? Or is this a regular song? Joe. Hello.
Yeah.
You're on air, nigga. Is it what?
I'm sorry. He's going to kick Drake again.
Again?
Mute me.
Okay, you going there. Anyway. So apparently is it another diss song? So this is what happens when you do live and Kendrick just decides to drop again. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Yeah. So anyway, we're gonna have to keep on the show because I can't do that and host the show at the same time. So anyway, today we was up at Halas Hall, spoke to Matt Eberflus, spoke to Caleb Williams, spoke to DJ Moore, and spoke to Tyreek Stevenson. Tyreek Stevenson, who was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. John, I'm gonna need you to focus here, boss. We got a podcast, dude. You got to put that phone down.
I'm sorry, man. It's just first of all, hold on, nigga. Don't little bro me. I don't care if I'm your actual little brother.
Yeah, if we weren't live, we can restart this and just record again.
It's all
we
good.
Are live.
It's all good. First off, ladies and gentlemen, this is my company too. It's just a moment in time. It's not a diss, but
it's not a diss. It's just a regular song.
It's a song that he's kind of, yeah. I'm pretty sure it's like a prelude to the album he's going to release, and then a prelude to the Super Bowl stuff. He's saying some things that are clearly about Drake, and so I'm pretty sure this was going to be this beat was going to be the next thing for his what you call it. If the beef continued, I'm pretty sure he just heard too many subliminals from Drake and got tired of it. Sorry, ladies. I had to hear. It's very interesting. But anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, like I was saying, I wasn't trying to rule. I was actually trying to figure out at the same time how to do the show and still wonder what Kendrick was talking about, as I can see people on the internet going crazy right now. But yeah, so we spoke to these 4 guys today, and it was an open locker room. Injury report came out. It sounds like Rome is really day to day. We saw Rome again in the locker room. PR went off on a couple media members. We're not gonna name who, because they were asking Rome questions when he was not practicing. You can't do that. So I'll tell Joe off there who it was, but it was quite hilarious.
I can already guess, brother.
I don't think you can guess.
Ooh.
I don't think you can guess. You might be able to. I don't know. Put it in the private chat, and I'll tell you yes or no. But so Rome didn't practice. Keenan Allen didn't practice. Keenan Allen still has that heel injury. And Flu said they're taking that, give him a day off to see how he feels tomorrow, and then they'll see how he goes on Sunday, because he's as DJ called him, he's just so you got the first one. It was the first one.
That makes sense.
It was the first
one. That makes sense.
So basically, yeah, he didn't practice. DeMarcus Walker didn't practice either. Keenan wasn't even on the field. They let him stay inside the facility while they were practicing. Rome was just out there getting cardio, whatever. And DeMarcus Walker was on the exercise bike. I don't think DeMarcus Walker is in danger of playing. Looks like Tyler Scott will be active this week. He was brought up a lot in the press conferences by Matt Eberflus and Caleb Williams. This is my kind of, I guess, vibe that I got from the practice today. It felt like Flus was irritated.
Okay.
Flus was definitely irritated for whatever reason. I don't know. He's very irritated. Caleb, I won't say that Caleb looked like he got a little reality knocked into him. Like, it wasn't like he was shook or anything like that. If you didn't tell me I'll put it like this. If you didn't tell me the score of the Bears game on Sunday, I'd have thought he lost from his demeanor. He was still the usual polite, hey, how you doing, everybody? Go Bears, that he usually is. But it wasn't the same energy. Now, I haven't been around. I didn't cover Caleb when he was at USC. So I don't know if this is how Caleb is when he doesn't have good games.
That's
so
true.
This might be par for the course. Like, we knew Justin like the back of our hands. We still got to figure out Caleb's body language. But to me, it found like he learned something, and it's now he knows how the NFL kind of is. DJ got to the press room way too early. Like, literally 2 minutes after Caleb got over. So this nigga was just in the media room chilling. And then by the time he got up there, he ain't had nothing to say. Like, he was just here. Yeah, well, he'll be all right,
I wonder. No, I think you're right. I just wonder if it's just the reality of, I'm in the NFL. All these niggas can play.
Yeah.
Everybody's fast as I am. Everybody reads offenses and defenses fast. And so now reality hit.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know if that's how he gets down, but I still think he's confident. But it's kind of what DJ said. DJ said, well, they asked him, did he say anything to him when he was struggling? He said, no, I ain't saying nothing to him. Like, Caleb's fine. He's been walking around. I think he just realized that this is the NFL, and there's a lot faster guys, and it's coming at you live action. And so that's just kind of what the vibe was. Tyrese Stevenson, he's hungry. He said he's hungry. He's like, I love the Defensive Player of the Week award, but I just want to take it to another level. There's so many other things I didn't do as well that I could have done before. So I kind of feel like this is a real focused team. I kind of like Flukes was mad at us for asking how you gonna, basically asking questions about what wrong with the offensive game plan. Like, I think it was I don't know if it was Courtney or Potsy asked him why you ain't play. No, I think it was Herb. How come you only use Cole Kmet like 10 times. So, it's rotationally and things like that. So, to me, it feels like they're still trying to figure out what's going on with the offense.
Right.
But that was the overall vibe to me in the building. Today was a fully padded practice. They had their orange helmets out because the Bears social media announced that they will be wearing their orange uniforms on Sunday Night Football. So I can't remember the last time they won. Actually, no, they beat Carolina in them last year. I forgot about that. So that was my vibe of what happened up at Halas Hall today. It just kind of feel like a team that they already put the win behind them. This is not a team that is, oh yeah, we want to know. I think they were moving like, yeah, we won, but that's not the way we want to win. And I kind of feel like that's the vibe. Even though you weren't there, what kind of attitude do you want to see from them heading into this game on Sunday?
It's interesting because I don't want to say I have a specific care outside of just like I don't want to see melancholy or just to really just down in the dumps. But I want them to have a focus that makes me believe, if I'm a fan, makes me believe as a fan that things are going to go according to plan. The whole, I like when they say, oh man, it don't mean, muscle paper don't mean anything. We need to do this. We need to win. We need to put it together. I like that. That's the kind of work that I want to see from the players. So if I had to reflect that on how I would want their attitude to be, I would prefer their attitude to be business-minded. Just lets me know that everything that they're doing, they're putting it together in a serious way, and they're ready to get it done, and they don't really have time for talking in game. So that's my personal take on it.
So I think, coming into this game, the adjustments they're going to have to make. I think they're going to have to make adjustments on both sides of the ball, both defensively and offensively. I don't think the game plan they had on Sunday is going to work this week at all. If you look from the way Houston played last week, the defense could have played better as well. Like, this is still week one. We don't really know who any of these teams are yet in the NFL. I think the team that looked the best this weekend or this week was probably San Francisco. They looked like they didn't miss a beat, especially without no Christian McCaffrey. They just plugged in another running back, 28 carries like it's 2009, 147 yards and a touchdown. Everybody else looks like they're still learning stuff. I'll say this for the offense. We'll speak to Shane Waldron tomorrow, but I need them to use their weapons. Use the weapons you have. And right. Caleb said the thing that he needed to work on the most was his footwork. He said his footwork was way off on Sunday, and that's something he needs to correct coming up. But you got to go out, especially I don't think Roman's going to play. I wouldn't play Roman until he's 100%. I think that Keenan is very much 50-50. If I had to bet, I still think he plays. But it kind of feel like they're just giving this heel much time to rest as possible. If he doesn't practice on Thursday, then I would be a little worried about whether he not plays on Sunday. But regardless if it is, DJ Moore needs to be involved more. Tyler Scott, he's going to be playing. He's got to actually catch the ball. He robbed Justin of like 3 touchdowns last year. So he's got to actually catch the ball. He's got to keep his feet down. I think there was even one pass he did during camp. I don't know if you were at that practice or not, but it would have been a touchdown if he didn't trip on his own feet. So the smaller things like that he needs to do because they're going to be calling on him because Rome's not going to play. I'll be stunned if Rome plays on Sunday. I need to see more from the running backs. I need to see more DeAndre Swift. I like Khalil Herbert. I don't want to see him as much as I see DeAndre Swift. And I think that'll leave them more honest, do more play action, and just use the weapons at your disposal, man. And this is why the way that Ryan Poles has built the team, you should be able to last a week without no Rome Odunze. Even if you don't have Keenan Allen, you should have enough to at least compete in this game. So that's what I want to see from Waldron.
Seriously, I see a lot of people getting on Shane Waldron about his personnel decisions and his groupings. While I know, obviously, that has a huge effect on the game, your personnel groups can dictate how well your offense flows. I don't mind the plays that happen. I mean, I don't know specifically offhand, but I feel like DeAndre Swift got as many carries as he could, given the yards he was getting. The same for Khalil Herbert. And Caleb was passing. There were some short throws. There were not enough short throws, but there were some intermediate throws, and there were several deep throws that literally, if you hit those, it's literally 2 touchdowns to his name, over 150 yards passing. That being said, I do think there's room for improvement. One of the biggest things that he can improve is a short game, short, quick rhythm. And I believe we saw that when Cairo Santos kicked the field goal before they scored that touchdown. Yeah. I believe that was it. But that drive, that last field goal drive is when I saw tempo, rhythm. I'm like, yeah, get the ball out, get the ball out, get the ball out. Just quick throws, quick throws. Get out his hand, build momentum, and get a run play. But I'm pretty sure if I remember off the back of my hand, that this was stalled by mistakes on offense. And so that brought back what I thought was going to be a scoring drive. But it's a part of the growing pains. No rookie looked good. Jaden Daniels had, I think, 2 rushing touchdowns, but they were very close.
Yeah, but the passing was not that great.
Nix threw 2 picks, did not look good.
Yeah.
These are rookies. I think the only one who cracked 100 yards solidly by throwing was Bo Nix, but he threw 2 picks. I'm glad that he threw. You got to get out the way. You got to get those picks out the way. You got to get used to throwing them. But
I'll say this about Bo Nix, not to cut you off. He threw 2 picks, but it looked like he looked comfortable, if that makes sense.
Right.
When he was out there. Like Caleb didn't look comfortable. And I think that's something that's gotta fit. This is just me. I don't think the offense is going. I hope it looks much better on Sunday. I'm not expecting this offense to look the way we need to look, at least to that Rams game. I think it's going to take a couple games.
Right. No, this is as I said on our pod right after the game. This isn't something. Actually, I think I may have said on an on-field video. This is not something you can fix in a week. That's just not how this works. I know we have installed on offense where this takes, you're hoping that you do this in the offseason. That way, come the day of the game, the offense is installed. But offenses don't really get installed until you actually hit somebody.
Yeah.
Until you hit somebody in just full contact.
Hitting that table.
I'm sorry. until you hit somebody in full contact and full pads, full speed for all 4 quarters, your offense is not installed. Your offense is not installed at all. It has to go through those growing pains. Now, it's different when you've had the offense already and you're putting a new person in there. Like when you had going from Alex Smith to Pat Mahomes, the offense has been installed. They're just adding a new wrinkle to it. And he fit perfectly. And so now you just have to wait until that offense really gets installed. Now, I'm sure people might disagree with me, but I'm just thinking about it logically. And if they tell you, you need the reps, but nothing's going to be, you need the reps because the experience you have on the field is most important. That would mean to me or signify to me that the most important reps of anything, whether that be offense, defense, installing an offense, having a new defensive coordinator, having a new assistant, the most important reps happen full speed game day. And so if that's the case, I can logically deduce that offense won't be truly installed until they get some actual hitting going on. And so now they've seen the full speed. Caleb has had a chance to see how NFL players play. I love that. I'm not sure if it was Caitlin or Colleen who responded like, what was the game speed? I'm like, I forgot my typical game speed question that I gave Justin. I wanted to give it to Caleb. But that's the most important thing. And I'm glad he said, no, man, it's different. Like, it's fast. The nigga's fast. But you got to give him time. I do not think you can be a proper judge of a player just off one game. Now, we should not be here 2 years from now going, no, man, he'll put it together. That's a sign he stinks.
We shouldn't be here 8 weeks from now saying that.
I disagree. I still think we should be saying 8 weeks from now, I do want to say he's putting the pieces together.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm not saying he's going to be a finished product 8 weeks.
Okay.
No, I believe it's going to be up and down season.
Right.
All year. But at least let me see a couple. Okay, that's what we need to see type games.
I've seen him make some really solid throws. Sidearm throws, you just have to learn when to do them. Back in the day, they used to say, don't ever do a sidearm throw. Absolutely not. But we know that's not true anymore. You have to know when to do them. Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, they do them when they have the ability or the window to, right? Not ability, the window to. And so if you're trying to do a sidearm throw over your lineman that's taller than you to get it through the middle, probably not going to work. But if you're trying to throw a nice little out route, an arrow route, and you're a little bit outside the pocket, yeah, you probably can throw it. And so it's just up to him to find the angles to make the certain passes work. And then he has to remember to set his feet, make sure you're coming, driving through that front foot, you'll be fine. And that guy 44, I think that's actually a solid timeline for Halloween. It start to get it moving. But in my personal opinion, I don't have any worries about Caleb. But it's not because Caleb is Caleb. It's just because it takes time. And so I don't want to prematurely judge until I actually have a solid body of work. I saw some things I liked from Caleb. I liked that Caleb, he didn't look comfortable, but he never looked rattled.
Right.
Didn't look comfortable, never looked rattled. I saw him read the edge pretty solidly when players are coming from off the tackles. And I think there's is some work there. And then when he had time, when he was throwing in rhythm, he looked solid. Now the best thing that you'll have to do, Shane Waldron and Flus will have to decide. Maybe you need to sit a tight end in. Maybe Big Dog comes in there, sits in, is blocking for a little bit. That's the one thing. Several years have passed since David Montgomery left. But if it's one thing that I miss watching, is his blitz pick.
Blocking, yeah.
His blitz pickup was incredible. Just the person who he didn't mind blocking. And DeAndre Swift's not that blocker. Roshan is a pretty solid blocker, if I remember correctly.
Which is why he needs to be active again on Sunday.
But I would like to see someone who wants to sit up there and throw a nice little block. Ezekiel Elliott, Ohio State Buckeye, loves picking up a blitz. And so we need to see more of that. Maybe that's what I say. Maybe you sit Big Dog back in there. Maybe Cole Kmet does a little more. I know I vouched for Matt Pryor in training camp. I said, man, he looked really good when he was in there. Maybe you throw him in there, especially with Ryan Bates being unsure if he's going to come off that injury. Nate Davis, who knows what the hell is happening. Switch it up until you find something. This is not me validating Pryor. It's just saying switch it up until you find something, because there is a struggle there with the guard and the center position. Coleman Shelton seems like he doesn't have the strength to deal with somebody in front of him. He seems like he's even missed some blocks. A few stunts happened, and then he missed the block and then triple teamed the person. I know when it comes to being an offensive lineman, you go where you have the space. If you have two down linemen rushing you, you're probably going to be a triple teaming. But if you know it's a team that's trying to stunt you constantly, you chip and you look for the blocker. You look for the blitzer, or you look for the person who's stunting or twisting. And he missed a few like that. So maybe Ryan Bates comes back, or Ryan Bates isn't healthy. You put Matt Pryor in. Maybe Ryan Bates comes back. You stick him at center and Matt Pryor or somebody else. But there has to be – I've seen enough that alarmed me about the center position. That's what I can say definitively. And so we'll see where it goes from there. But I'm not – there's no – first of all, it's week one. You should never panic anyway. But you also have no reason to panic.
Yeah, I think you.
The funny thing, I was trying to talk to give you room to just hear a little snippet of Kendrick, just to.
No, I got.
It's kind of like what's his beak and just peeps.
I have to. I was peeping the timeline. DJ had tweeted, "Stay on stream." Now I don't know if there's more coming tonight, or he was just trolling from what academics said when Family Matters dropped. But he said, "Stay on stream." So I don't know Kendrick. All I know, there's more Kendrick music going away because he's on the Super Bowl. The album's coming for people. The album's coming, so I need to digest this and actually listen to it. I can't rush listen to Hove or Kendrick at all, so I'll get to it. But Shane O'Mac said Nate Davis things. That's another problem I got with the offensive line. Flus keeps saying there's an active battle between Nate Davis and Ryan Bates. I think we have an interior position that there's an actual battle at. That's a problem. Okay, that is a massive problem. The one play that Caleb got sacked on, and it was a second and 29. We went back and looked at it. Mikey actually sent it, and I'm not going to hold you, chat. He tripped on Tevin Jenkins' foot. That's why that defender got in Caleb's face so quick. Now, that's on Caleb for running all the way back. Right? Like, he can't. I think what Caleb is learning, he was faster than niggas in college. He ain't faster than niggas in the NFL. Like, there was some players I'm like, oh, if that was Justin, that's 7.
Right.
Oh, that's at least a 20-yard game. But I think that, what you were saying with I just want to see more use the weapons you have. Like I gave Waldron a C because there's certain plays that if they hit, we having a different conversation. And that's what Caleb said there. He said there's about 6 throws, he said, that he pointed out. 6 throws, he said that if those hit, the game goes differently. So
was that the question I asked him, or was that a different one?
No, this is today.
Okay.
This was today. He said that. So y'all think Jenkins plays that bad again? No, I don't think he plays that bad again. And Jenkins usually when he's healthy, he's a stud. So I think he'll bounce back on that. But let's talk about the defense, because the defense, as great as they played on Sunday, they were locked down, but that was also Will Levis. Like, we got to be very clear about that. CJ Stroud will make you pay for the stuff that they tried to get away with in that game. I know that Flus only likes sending 4. You might have to take that second half game plan where you just send in heat. You might have to do that, because as Tyreek Stevenson said today, Tyreek called CJ a multifaceted quarterback. Where he can beat you with his arm, he can make the appropriate throws, and he can also beat you with his legs. They've got great wide receivers. Tank Dell coming off a big year last year. He had a big game on Sunday. Stephon Diggs is already contributing. He had 2 touchdowns on Sunday. And then you got Joe Mixon in that backfield. I don't think we're
like
talking
150
enough.
yards or something crazy.
Yeah. Joe Mixon had a big game against Indy. Now, Indy's defense isn't better than the Bears, but I believe this is a game that's going to go down to the wire. But if the defense plays too soft, CJ is going to bite them. Right. I think what they got to do is turn up the heat. They can't let Joe Mixon get active. If you let Joe Mixon get active, it's going to be a long game for you. The reason that the Titans even got up 17-0 because you let Tony Pollard play like he was back in Dallas.
Right.
That's what you let him do, and that opened up things for him. And Will Levis just couldn't get away with it because he stinks. Like, I think it was more than just the defensive game plan. I think they came out that locker room in the second half, and somebody said, hey, that's Will Levis over there.
Right.
Let's remember that's Will Levis. And you're going to be going up against quarterbacks who can beat you better than Will Levis can. You got CJ this week, even though we're both not really big Anthony Richardson fans, but as he shows you on Sunday, he made a couple throws.
So a few of those throws, I was like,
yeah, he had one touchdown that was a gorgeous pass. Yeah. He can beat you in a couple of those wins. And so Matthew Stafford is just surgical now. He's just surgical. I know we talking about.
I don't know. Did the Super Bowl just take the monkey off his back and said, "Oh, yeah, I don't really care"?
No, I don't
just start throwing like crazy.
He's with McVay, and McVay is a genius. But outside of McVay, he's always been good. But he was just in Detroit. So I just thought he was an all-time stat pattern. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's surgical, and I think he's the best quarterback in the NFC. So even if they don't have, Puka, well, they're not gonna have Puka Nacua. He's on IR. Cooper Kupp showed y'all he's still Cooper Kupp. So what I'm saying is these upcoming 3 teams that you play, you know what I'm saying? The defense is going to have to be more honest. You know what I'm saying? So Stafford has computer brain now. He's too good. Exactly. He says CJ didn't look that good on Sunday. I mean, but still had a couple touchdowns, brother. And CJ can still make you, do some things. Like, I love Jalen. Jalen had a great game. But that first one, Calvin really burned him. Any better quarterback, that's 7.
Right.
That's 7. Will Levis underthrew that ball severely. So I think that's some things they got to change as well. What do you want to see from the defense this Sunday against Houston?
Rushing the quarterback is the most important thing out of any game. That's a Magic Johnson analysis for you, but they need to get to the quarterback as fast as they can. I will prefer to see them blitzing. Now, CJ can make you pay, but the best thing you can do for him the best thing you can do against him is to condense the pocket. Condense the pocket. And I think if you condense the pocket, you will give yourself a better chance to win. I think he's a great enough quarterback that he will find a way, and you just have to do your best on offense and defense. But I don't think you can play with that mentality just yet because I don't think he's earned it. And so the best thing you can do is getting up to the line of scrimmage, clogging those lanes, making those passing lanes very difficult for him to get, and which is the reason I was so upset part of the time at the press box is because the passing lanes for Will Levis were wide open. Like, there was nothing. They used a wide 9 split where they just take the linemen that they have, split them out very wide. Like, I mean, you almost everyone is almost on the outside shade or the outside shoulder of a guard, and they just went upfield. It is literally a pass-only rush. And a few times Will Levis just took off 15 yards here, 6 yards there. And so I would like to see that not happen. Now, CJ is a pass-first QB at all times, but he's athletic enough where he can get out and he can make you pay. And so if you allow those passing lanes to be diminished, you allow those running lanes to be diminished, condense that pocket, I think they give themselves a good chance to win on offense.
Definitely. We're going to wrap this up with prediction time. We both went 2-0 in our predictions. I actually got the points spot on for the Bears at least. Okay. I didn't have of course I had the Titans on the scoring 7. Right. I had the Bears scoring 24. My Caleb numbers were way off. I said when the schedule came out back in May that this was a scheduled loss. I said that this is why I needed them to win week 1 so badly. I said there's no such thing as week 1 must wins, but this is as closest to it. It was to the point at halftime, I was up in the press box searching teams who made the playoffs at the start of 0-2 because of how I just thought that was going to go. So by them winning on Sunday, I think that it gives them house money. I think they're going to come out free, but I'm just not confident in the offense this early in the season. I think it's going to be a close game towards the end, but I think that the Houston Texans are going to win this one 34-20. I think will be the final score. I think Caleb has a better game. I think Caleb throws for his first passing touchdown, maybe something like 200 yards. But I do think he's gonna throw a pick. I think they're gonna get him one time. But I think we'll see some stuff from Caleb that is like, okay, that's what we wanted to see in week one. I just don't think the offense is gonna be able to score as quickly as Houston does this early in the season. This is also, I'm very happy they don't play any division games to like week 12 because it gives them enough time to get into the offense. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Texans 34, Bears 20. And that guy said if they win though. Yeah, if they win, we're having a very different conversation. If they win, then they're cooking with gas if they win. But that's why I got what you got them. What score you got for Sunday? How you got Caleb looking?
I'm going to go Caleb probably throws for 205 yards, 1 touchdown, 17-26. The Bears will score 14 points. I have the Titans scoring 28-31. I think it will probably be a 1-score game for the vast majority of the game. Maybe a turnover, a fumble leads to them, kind of taking off towards the end. But I don't think they're ready to beat Houston just yet, which is why it was important for them to beat Tennessee right now. So yeah, that's my score.
And Joseph in the chat says it's gonna be so many Bears. Yeah, it's gonna be so many Bears. That is gonna be a Bears home game. That's the one thing the Bears will have there on their side. The Bears are wearing their orange outfits, and Houston is calling for a whiteout. Good luck with that. Orlando says 24-17 Bears. Caleb goes 225 and 2 touchdowns. I would like that, man. I would like that. So we'll see how that goes. I will be in Houston holding it down for Sunday Night Football. I don't know when we're gonna do the recap pod because it's a night game. Joe's got work the next day, so we're not gonna be able to do it right after the game. So we're gonna figure something out. Or how we're gonna do it, even if that means we do a 79th Halas segment on I'm Not Gonna Hold You. We'll figure something out. We'll recap it because I'm gonna be in Houston till Tuesday morning. So I'm gonna be doing I'm Not Gonna Hold You from the hotel room. So we're gonna give y'all something. We just don't know when. We'll keep y'all locked in on what's gonna happen with that, man. So I've got a Kendrick Lamar song to listen to, and then I'm going to tweet about the greatness of Kendrick Lamar for the next hour. So y'all know to follow us on all social media platforms at Barbchair Scott, at Flo Zandolini. Follow the pod, 79th Halas at 79th Halas on Twitter. Subscribe to the Patreon, patreon.com/Barbers Chair Network, man. And of course, buy your merch, man. Buy your merch on the bcnetshop.com. Get all your merch over there. Everybody who ordered, the orders have been sent out. We appreciate y'all for even messing with us, man. We've got some 10th anniversary stuff coming for y'all as well, man. So we gonna holler at y'all, and we up out of here, man. We up out of it. I'm looking for the video right now. There we go.